Hey, what's up? Welcome to Kimmel's Irish Pub. Time for another Monday night quarterback. Let's talk fantasy football. This happens before the Monday night football game is played, but you'll view it after the game is played. But let's talk about any games prior to that and what's going on in fantasy football. I got a lot of feedback, so I'm going to keep doing this as long as people like it. At least some people. Well, one person's good enough for me. Anyway, what happened this week? I mean, some of the things I want to talk about is quarterbacks. Ryan Fitzpatrick and Patrick Mahomes. Okay, Patrick Mahomes, we thought, hey, this guy could be something special. It's his second year. I didn't expect him to blow up like this. I didn't expect him. Did you expect that? I mean, there are people who drafted him, and when they drafted him, I thought, it's a good, home run pick. But I didn't expect what he's doing after 2 weeks. And then Ryan Fitzpatrick, always loved the guy. He's always stepped in and done a great job, but he's blowing up. I mean, Winston's not going to get his job back. So there's people, I think, who drafted Jameis Winston thinking, hey, come week 4, I think it is, he'll be in. Get him late in the draft, and he could be pretty explosive because of the receivers he has there and the offense. But, I mean, Ryan Fitzpatrick is the man there, and if you grabbed him, that's pretty awesome. Or he's out there in the waiver wire. I would grab him if you need a quarterback. There's a lot of good quarterbacks, but those two really stuck out to me. Then let's talk about some receivers. Michael Thomas. Okay, he was rated probably the 4th best receiver, I would say, right? We got Hopkins, ODB, Antonio Brown, Julio Jones. He was probably 5th in that mix, right? That's where I had him ranked 5th overall. Good receiver. If you waited on receivers, you might have grabbed him. If you jumped on a receiver earlier, oh man, wouldn't you love to have him? 28 catches. That's amazing. He has 28 catches in 2 weeks. Incredible. So, I mean, that's pretty awesome right there. So, if you're lucky enough to grab him, that's pretty neat. But, everybody planned on grabbing him. You know who people didn't plan on grabbing? Deshaun Jackson. Deshaun Jackson, they said, might not even start. They were going to say Chris Godwin was going to probably start, take a lot of the playing time away from him. Boom. The guy's blowing up. He's doing incredible. It's unbelievable. Again, because of Ryan Fitzpatrick. The other guy, who people wrote off, probably didn't even draft, doubt if he's still out there in the waiver wire, but Reggie Cobb. Everybody went to sleep on him. They were going to trade him in the preseason, or maybe cut him. He wasn't going to be a Packer, they talked about, and here he is having a great 2 weeks so far. So, some big surprises there. Running backs, if I would have told you Philip Lindsay would have more rushing yards than David Johnson and Ezekiel Elliott, you would have thought I was crazy, right? But there he is. He's our, they talked about Freeman being there. They talked about Devontae Booker. They're going to split carries until Royce Freeman runs away with it. I didn't even know about this Lindsey guy, and here he is. 2 excellent games, and he might be taking the rock the rest of the year for that group. So, some exciting things there. Not a lot going on, I think, in the tight end world. Jared Cook had a good week the first week. Second week he did all right, so keep watching the tight ends. Gronk had a good first week, bad second week. Kelsey had a bad first week, good second week. You know what I mean? So tight end. But a lot of cool stuff going out there with a lot of different, fantasy players. Some guys you didn't expect to do well. Some guys you expected to do well and are blowing up. One piece that I want to add to this weekly thing, I'm going to hand out awards every now and again. We'll start out slow, but I'm going to watch things here and there. I'm going to watch on TV and stuff like that. But for the first one, it's going to be the Weasel of the Week. So Weasel of the Week, a friend of mine gave me the idea. I appreciate it. And it is going to be a little bit personal. It has to do with my fantasy football league. But I want to share it with you because I think you'll get a kick out of it. So this one owner in my league doesn't really trade all that often. And I don't want to deter him from trading going forward. But for the first time in I think maybe 7 or 8 years, he decides to make a trade. We've been in this league quite a long time. He trades A.J. Green. Okay. Now this is before the game started, right? A.J. Green. And he traded him for Jamal Williams and Chris Hogan, right? And a first round pick next year. But the first round pick is with the best team in the league, so it's going to be like the last pick. So, But I was laughing when he made that trade. I was like, you really didn't get a keeper there. A.J. Green is definitely a keeper. Williams and Hogan, not keepers, maybe serviceable. Williams hasn't shown anything, and Jones is coming back. So it's like, what a terrible trade, right? But you never know what's going to happen, okay? So then we go into Thursday night. A.J. Green catches 5 passes. 3 of them are for touchdowns. blows up. I'm like, Weasel of the Week, right there. The owner of the Anchorage Frost. I can't believe it, right? I was like, what a silly trade. Then we come back. Jamal Williams does nothing as he done the first 2 weeks of the season. And it's like, yep, Weasel of the Week right here. Then Hogan comes out and scores 2 touchdowns. And he still got that first round pick next year. Now maybe the trade's not so bad, right? You're thinking to yourself, okay, you know, maybe it's going to pan out for him. Well, would you know that he had Hogan on his bench and he lost? So there's your Weasel of the Week for that trade in a keeper league. Blew it for this week. He might have blew it for the rest of his season and, you know, his keepers as well. So that's what I'm going to start doing, naming Weasels of the Week. This one goes to the Anchorage Frost out of the KFL. But I'll keep watching for different maybe heroes or anything like that. And it doesn't have to be about my league. It could be about, again, something that happens in the game that we all see, or, you know, something on some of the fantasy football shows and stuff like that. So let me know what you think. That's my first attempt at giving out awards and Weasel of the Week, Anchorage Frost. But that's it. Thanks for tuning in. Love to hear your comments. Kimmel's Irish Pub.